when you're asked to speak up.
Right. Yeah, I know a lot of people wonder, specifically in this industry, whether the pharmaceutical industry, is still a boys' club, and has this maybe prevented women from rising to the top in this industry? And there's another consultant, Dr. Michelle Paludi. She also writes a lot about women in the workplace, and says that a lot of reasons for that is workplaces in general are more geared towards a male style of behavior, of achievement and ambition, and that women have to break into that. So I'll ask the panelists, do you think, or have you actively gone out and tried to adapt to male behavior? Or do you think now that the culture has shifted and has allowed women to be successful within your own behaviors? Maybe Lee?
I wouldn't suggest that I've tried to adopt male behaviors. I guess some people would
golf?
say, no, I do not golf. I've tried, I've given up.
You've tried?
I've tried, I have. But I can drive the cart really well. So when I thought about this question, I'm having a little difficulty, again, in thinking, is it that we're still set up in our companies more geared toward male behaviors? I'm not sure. I will say this. I have sat in a boardroom as the only woman, and a few choice words have come out of the gentlemen's mouths. I can't repeat them here, but what I found interesting is that those gentlemen turned to me and said, "Oh, we apologize, Lee. Sorry about that." I mean, why? So if it was all men around the table and there was, a few choice words thrown around, would they be apologizing to themselves? So probably not. And listen, we've all heard it all, and we've probably said it all, as I'm reminded sometimes at home. So yeah, I think it's up to us. It really is up to us and up to each individual. I mean, what do you want? Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Who can help you with that? And yes, again, I think my greatest learning, listen, I tripped over myself many a time in my earlier days in my career. I made a lot of mistakes, and I too have had incredible mentors who have said, I mean, Lee, you can't show people what you think all the time on your face. Like, that was stupid. You don't realize, but it's true. So, I mean, I had to work on that. And there are still some days where I'm sure I show what I think. But I mean, those were great, great learnings. I just think sometimes, it's the self-talk that occurs sometimes. I gotta speak to myself in my own mind. Am I good enough? Do I have... One of the things Cheryl talks about in her book is that, men, sure, I'm going for that job. I don't care if I have all the skills. I'm just going for it anyway. And a lot of women hold back because, you know what, I still have to do this and this and this, and then I'll become proficient at it. When in fact, you probably have the exact same skills. So why aren't we believing enough in ourselves to go after that same role? I think, I think so. Really, the message is it's still incumbent upon us to make the changes that we want to see and to be part of that change. And as much as educating everyone around us, we have to educate each other, help each other. We talk about leaning in and leaning back. We got to lean on one another as well. So
I do have a specific question, Eileen, for you, because there is some good news for our industry. Companies like Abbott, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, they have significantly embraced women in leadership roles and are actually ranked in the top 50 companies for executive women. So Eileen, for you specifically, since you are at AstraZeneca, can you maybe talk about how AstraZeneca has embraced you and helped you progress in your career?
Okay, so the story I was going to tell here is about the move that I made to the U.S. business. And actually, I moved to the US, but working in global marketing. And I found that AstraZeneca at the time was very supportive in terms of helping me and my family. I have a wonderful husband and 3 great kids.